And if you say something on television, they'll remember what you said. Could there be a record in the first half for a second preseason game on number of flags thrown? I think we could probably just make it up. Golfer hit that 7-iron from there. It's all about balance and things and a short stroke. You know, like I said, and a short stroke. He used to have a long stroke, and he would go and run. He was wild. And then he cut it back a little. He said to like a 5-iron, and he was still a little wild. So he cut it back to a 7-iron. I asked him the other day in practice, I said, are you ever going to cut it back to an 8 or 9-iron? I'll hit an 8-iron. Hit that 7-iron from there. That has something to do with that 7-iron swing. Who does he look like? Does he remind you of anyone? I mean, it was driving me crazy for a while. I looked at him, talked to him. He reminded me of someone. I finally figured it out. Golfer.
Right.
John Daly.
John Daly.
Looks just like John Daly. I finally figured it out.
Right. He looks like a guy playing a quarterback in a movie, you know, like in a fantasy.
And he looks like if John Daly were a football player, that's how he would look.
Keeps his head down, watches the ball. Gets schooled by Golf Digest every week. Term of affection. The hefty lefty, the Pillsbury throw boy, lumpy and dumpy. Term of affection.
Have you been a big eater of crabs like that?
Just during commercials. I just had one.
You did?
The crab cake.
Oh, yeah, the crab cake. I mean, eating the whole crab.
The whole crab? No, I'd rather have the crab cake with remoulade sauce. And that pass is incomplete.
Ooh, that one crab jumped out of the bucket. You see that? I'm not going there. I know what happens next.
Already this season, well, John was in Oakland, then went to Cannes for the Hall of Fame ceremonies. Back to home to pick up some clean clothes, down to San Diego for the game last week, to Baltimore tonight, Pittsburgh next week. The season starts in Indianapolis, then on to Dallas. What is it?
And then back up to New England.
And back up to New England. So you can either go through Memphis or around Memphis.
Yeah, I wouldn't go through Memphis. I'll go around Memphis. But whatever I do with Memphis, once I leave Indianapolis, before I get to Dallas, I'll be sleeping.
By the time you get to Dallas, you'll be sleeping. By the time you get to Dallas, you'll be sleeping. 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line. What's a gallon of gas in the bus these days?
You know, I have no idea. When I first started, we used diesel, and diesel was cheaper. For some reason, it got more expensive. I don't know what it is now. It's about the same price. It's a little higher than regular. Whatever that is. You know, I mean, I don't know how much it costs. I don't know how much it holds. You know, that's embarrassing. How much gas does your bus? I have no idea. And for $1 million, I wouldn't know.
Do you sleep through the gas stops?
Yeah.
So the guys go out and do the fueling, and what is it? It's got to take a half an hour, right?
Usually a fuel stop is a half hour. Yeah. And there's some great truck stops around this country, and you meet a lot of very, very interesting people, wherever that is. You know, Al, every coach and every player always teaches their son to be a long snapper.
In the limelight.
And I'd like to recommend that, because if you're a long snapper in high school, college, and pros, you will always have a job. Who's on The View? With whom in the morning?
Elizabeth is on The View weekday mornings along with Barbara Walters. So
now, how would you know that? Those things.
I knew she got into some deal with Rosie O'Donnell. That's all I know.
You know too much.
A lot of garbage rattling around.
Watch that too much.
I don't watch that either.
Oh, yeah, but you dip into it. I mean, you are who you are. Your DNA is your DNA.
Leopard can't change his spots. Not even a Jaguar. By the time you get to Dallas, you'll be sleeping. By the time you get to Dallas, you'll be sleeping. I
like Guy Wimper. I've watched him on film, and that's my observation, and they know a heck of a lot more about it than I do.
I think we lost our mics for a couple of plays, John, but I understand we are back on. So what you missed? Well, you didn't miss much.